Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of Niche. My name is Erose and we're currently in early access version 0.5.1 and there has been some changes since the last episode. Unfortunately there was a little bit of an audio error, so there's some footage that you guys aren't going to be able to see, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the current tribe and their current status. Thankfully it was only one episode, so you're not too far behind. So let's go ahead and show you guys the family tree so we can take a look and see who had babies since the last episode. So right now alive we have Frostberry, we have Berry, we have Flame, Coco, Wolfie, and Wolfie has been breeding with, I think, Ramby, and they have had 2 children so far. They have had Bearfang and Miko, and then Lemon had 2 children with the carnivore, and we named them Summer, or Summer, and Wolfshine. And yep, that is basically our tribe right now. So Lemon had 2 babies, and then Ramby and Wolfie also had 2 babies as well. So we are working on the different Bearyena traits and trying to get some really fierce creatures and some creatures that are really good at collecting berries. So we're going to try to find the balance between having some fierce warriors and also having some creatures who are going to be good at hunting and collecting bunnies like this guy and fishing. So let's see, is there a way, can we get this bunny? Bunny! We will get you. There we go. We went ahead and got that bunny. And then you guys have been giving me some really awesome name suggestions. So we are going to be naming babies after the names that you guys have given us. And we also are going to be working on some of the different mutations. So in the last episode, unfortunately that you guys didn't get to see, we were working on the, let's see, can I show you guys? Unlocking the water body, because I think that would be really nice to have. Some of the Bearyena hybrids have water body for their body, so they can be really good at fishing. So we are working on that. We're currently 33 out of 50 for that. So we're going to have to go ahead and send some more animals out into the water to see if they can do a little bit more swimming. And then we're also working on getting some creatures who have, let's see, nimble fingers, and some creatures who are fierce warriors who have ram horns, like these 2 creatures, and the claws, and like the claws right there, and the hind legs, and the Bearyena snout being super duper strong. So it's going to be fun to have kind of like the balance between the berry pickers and the warriors. So that's going to be interesting to see how all that turns out. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what's going on over here. Here is Foxberry. So we're going to go ahead and have you go ahead and collect some of these berries since you are a Foxberry after all. And oh my goodness, hello! Look at this! Are you an albino creature? I think you are, aren't you? You're albino! That's really cool! Alright, so you have home island immunity and you also have H immunity. So that is pretty interesting. You have runner's leg. And you also have claw, you have the derp snout, you have short-sighted eyes and blind eyes. So your eyes are pretty bad, but you're really cool. And you're currently, I think, around like an age of a teenager, and you're a little boy. I think we might go ahead and adopt him into our tribe. I don't know if it's the best thing, but it might be kind of cool to have some albino creatures. Maybe we'll have Miko come over here and she can go ahead and introduce herself and say, hey, would you like to come join us, little one? Oh my goodness, so we have this guy on your name. What's his name? I can't really see his, Ruko. We're gonna go ahead and name you after your name from the suggestions, and we're gonna go ahead and name you Cloud since you are so white and fluffy, just like some clouds. So there you go. Now we have Cloud. Did I spell that right? Hold on. Oh gosh, can we? There we go. Cloud. Hello, Cloud, and welcome. So, Cloud, let's go ahead and have you just wander over here, collect some berries, and then Berry, why don't you go ahead and collect the berries that are right over here, and also go ahead and collect some foliage that is around the area. And then let's see, Ramby and Wolfie just had their baby right here, who we have named Bearfang, and Bearfang is still too little to go ahead and pop out of the nest, but we can go ahead and have Ramby pop over here, and let's see, let's go ahead and have him breed with her, and she's now pregnant, and she can go ahead and swipe that guy and have her baby soon. And then let's go ahead and have Wolfie start collecting some more oh, and there's a berry bush right there, isn't there? Nice, there is. Nice berry bush right there. And then we have two of our yellow creatures way over here, because these are Lemon's children who were breeding with the carnivore that was kind of in the area, who unfortunately passed away, and we were able to actually collect the meat of their father, but we're not really going to talk about that right now. Oh, there's a bunny there. We can go ahead and collect you. So nice. So currently breeding pairs wise, we have Ramby and we have Wolfie. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make another one. So we have our berry pickers. We have Foxberry, we have Coco, we have Flame, and we have Berry, who are all male. And unfortunately, let's see, you guys, anyone female? You are male and you are male. Do we only have one male or one female in our tribe? All right, Miko is female, but she's still too little. And then Bearfang's male, and then we have Ramby. So the only two females you want to tell me in this tribe are Ramby and Miko. That is correct. Oh my goodness. All right, Miko, you're going to be having a mate once you're old enough to make babies of your own, and you have H and B immunity. So let's go ahead and see who would be a good mate for you once you're old enough to have babies. So H and B, so let's go ahead, and you have E and C, so Summer might be a good choice. Let's go ahead and start changing. Let's see, we'll keep this green. Oh, I keep passing it. Let's go ahead and change the first one to red or orange, if they might be a good mate for little Miko right here, because oh my goodness, we're running out of females. So D and C. Wolfshine would be a good potential mate for Miko as well. And then let's see, Berry, E and A. Berry would be a good potential mate. So it looks like a lot of the males are actually a good potential mate for her. And then K and D, yes, also a good mix. K and D again, good mix for you. And then K and A. Yeah, so all the males in the tribe are a good potential mate for little Miko because of the immunities. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead. So we know it's basically all the males anyways, but now that we know, so we can go ahead and look and see who the best male for Miko is actually going to be. So Miko is, let's see, she has Bearyena claws, she has the Bearyena hind legs, the velvet paw, nice eye, and then a lot of these other males are kind of focusing on nimble fingers and collecting berries. And some of you guys were saying, hey, Erose, make sure you put in some normal hind legs too, so you can get some creatures who are able to run pretty fast. So maybe we'll focus on doing that as well. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. So we have to look at the mutations, and let's see, the fertility too is super duper low in this tribe. So we're gonna have to make sure that we don't have any other creatures who are infertile, like poor little Cinders, and Foxberries also infertile. So unfortunately, yeah, you would not be a good mate because you cannot mate with precious little Miko. You cannot mate to babies. Oh my goodness. All right. So, and then you have Claw, and maybe Summer would be a good mix. Because he has the nimble fingers and he also has the claws, so you could potentially get some warrior babies or some nimble finger babies. But I guess I'll worry about that when Miko is a little bit older. So let's go ahead and skip the turn and see. Now she is a little bit older. I told you guys we're ready to make babies. All right, so unfortunately, let's see, Summer is still too little to make babies of his own. Ooh, the water is dangerous. We must be careful. Be careful of the water. Alright, so let's go ahead and move Wolfshine out this way. And Wolfshine can start moving over here. And then Miko, let's see, would Wolfshine be a potentially good mate? Let's see, I know your parents are focusing on kind of like the warrior, so maybe we'll have Miko focus on berry picking, getting that nimble fingers into them. So let's see, hind legs. So maybe we'll breed Flame and Miko for now. So let's go ahead and try to bring Flame over here to go ahead and introduce himself to precious Miko. So Miko, you can go ahead and move here. Yeah, you're super slow, Miko. So let's go ahead and pop you in this nest, and then in the next turn we can go ahead and have Flame and Miko make a baby of their own. Let's go ahead and have Bearfang pop out of the nest over there, and have Rambi pop back in the nest so she can have her baby in the next turn. And then Wolfie, you can go ahead and collect some of the foliage that is around the area around your mate. Ooh, what's that? Interesting. Ooh. We're gonna have to see. Wait. Hello? Are you a random creature? Hello? Interesting. Alright, so I guess there is another random creature over here too. I didn't see you over there. Hello. And welcome. Hi. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see, we can't move Summer yet. Let's go ahead and have you collect the berries that are right there. And then Berry, you can go ahead. Actually, I want you to kind of stay with this berry bush. And then Cloud, the newcomer, why don't you go ahead and collect some of the foliage that's over there. And oh my goodness, Foxberry. We're gonna go ahead and have you collect the berries that are here. And let's go ahead and move you this way and collect these berries. And then Coco, you can go ahead and collect the berries that are right over here too. And unfortunately, it seems like we're in a little bit of a drought at the moment. Hopefully it'll rain pretty soon. And poor Summer is going to take a little bit more damage from being underwater, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and skip the turn and see what the next day is going to bring. Oh my goodness, look at you! Oh my goodness, look at this baby! Alright, so beautiful, beautiful violet eyes. And stunning pattern, and it also has the ram horns too, which we're working on this for the warrior line. So let's go ahead and take a look at this little baby. It's another baby girl, which is awesome. And let's see, name suggestions. A lot of you guys were suggesting that I name a creature Luna, so let's go ahead and name her Luna. I think that would be a very good name for her. And she's A and D immunity. She also carries the Bearyena traits with the hind legs, and with the one claw, and with the snout. So she is probably going to be good at being a warrior. So little Luna here, she's so pretty. I love her violet eyes, and I love her ram horns and her beautiful patterning. Wolfie and Rambi are definitely making some very gorgeous little babies. And I want to go ahead and move Flame over here closer to his mate and have Miko and Flame go ahead and try to have a baby. Let's actually have Miko. There we go. Miko has tried, and she can go ahead and collect some berries right there. And then Flame, let's see, I kind of want you to stay pretty close to the area. Let's go ahead and pop you over there. Before you have your baby though, let's go ahead and take a look at the different mutations. So neither one of them have mutations yet, and I want to focus on Nimble Fingers for you, and then maybe we'll try to focus on Crackerjaw. Maybe Nimble Fingers and Crackerjaw for you guys. So let's go ahead and do that, and then to go ahead and increase, let's see, fishing, so claw, let's go ahead and do fertility for sure. Try to get normal fertility to try to increase the chances of having children that are able to actually breed. And then I also want to go ahead and maybe enforce the Nimble Fingers as well, and try to get some babies born who can become some more of our berry pickers that we have in our tribe, because it's pretty important. And I like having the balance between like the berry pickers and the warriors, so that'll be interesting to see as the tribe grows and gets bigger, what is going to happen with that. And then Bearfang, you're getting a little bit older. Ooh, Bearfang, if only you're staring at a mole. Let's go ahead. You'd be very curious about this. I think Bearfang is kind of like scouting out this prey over here. But then Wolfshine was going to come over here and say, hey, look, a delicious meal, and just like swoop it up from him. And let's go ahead and move Rambi over here so she can go ahead and breed. And she's going to wait to have her baby until the next turn. She can go ahead and collect some berries right there. And then Wolfie is going to focus on starting to clear out the area a little bit more as well. And then poor Summer, I'm sorry Summer, let's go ahead and start moving you out here so you can be a little bit closer to your family. And then let's see, there was that newcomer that was kind of like hanging out over here. I'm not sure where that newcomer went. And then let's go ahead and focus on berry. And berry, you can go ahead and collect that berry bush, and then over here. And then cloud, maybe, let's see. Maybe we can have you focus on, oh, you're really fast. Focus on swimming for a little bit until you get a little bit older. So we'll get you closer to the river. So I think in the river, fortunately, they won't take any damage from the water because it's still pretty low. So if Cloud's able to kind of like swim around in this river and not take any damage, that'll definitely help us out a lot with getting our water body that we're trying to go ahead and unlock from our mutation menu, which is actually, let's see, we have 34 out of 50 right now. So we're getting really, really close to unlocking that trait. And I think we're going to go ahead and skip the turn and see what the next day is going to go ahead and bring. I'm excited to see what Miko's first child is going to go ahead and be. And, ooh, a beautiful orange baby. Oh my goodness. Hello. So a precious little baby boy who does have the nimble fingers, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and see what this little boy has. He has good eyesight. He has the Bearyena snout, big body, velvet paw. He has normal hind legs, which is good for traveling. He has the medium tail. I want to have stinky tail happen. Can we have a stinky tail happen? Oh my goodness, that would be so exciting. Alright, so precious little baby boy, we're going to go ahead and name you after one of the suggestions in the comments. And I think I'm going to go with Everest for you. So beautiful little baby boy Everest. Welcome to our pack. And let's go ahead. Oh, and the rain. Everest, you have brought the rain. Yay, thank goodness. Thank goodness we can have some more berries. So let's go ahead and pop out Miko. She'd be pretty excited that she had her first child and probably want to go ahead and have another one pretty soon. So let's go ahead and have her meet right there. And then let's go ahead and have Flame collect some of the berries that are right there. And then let's see. Poor Summer. We can start moving you a little bit closer to your family. Let's go ahead and collect that right there. Then Berry, you can go ahead and collect these berry bushes. And then let's go ahead and move you closer to this berry bush over here. And then Coco, you can go ahead and move this way and start collecting berries right there. And then Foxberry, you can go ahead and go right there. And then, oh my goodness, Cloud, you have grown up. Welcome. Hi. You're so cute. So let's go ahead and have Cloud start swimming around here to start unlocking some of the water body. And maybe we'll have Bearfang do that as well. Just because Bearfang's so little, he'd probably have a lot of fun just like hanging out in the water. And then Wolfshine, let's go ahead and have you start swimming too. We'll have like a little swimming class party. And we'll have some of our creatures start swimming out there to see if we can go ahead and unlock the water body just a little bit faster. I'm pretty happy that it is raining now and we're going to have a ton more food. And then I think Wolfie's going to go ahead and take a dip in here too. He's not going to go too far from his mate though, because he's excited to go ahead and have some more babies. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what the next turn is going to go ahead and bring. Let's see, Luna, you can actually pop out of the nest. A little Everest there. Alright, so let's go ahead and skip the turn. And Luna, oh my goodness, you're gorgeous, girl. You're gorgeous. I love her. Luna, you're special. She's such a special creature. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop Rambi here so she can have her baby. She's getting a little bit older too, which is something to definitely think about. And then let's go ahead and have our water party enjoy, you know, swimming around in the water. There we go. Everybody just keep swimming and just keep swimming. We don't want to go too far either. We're just kind of practicing the water. And then Bearfang would be like, hey, that looks like fun. I want to go in too. Oh no, is that a little bit? Oh, is it because you're little? Is it because you're little? Oh no. All right, so noted. Because you're little, you have to be really careful with the water. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Alright, so let's go ahead and move Luna. Do you have any collecting ability at all? You do have one, so you might as well just have her come over here right now and try to pick a couple berries. And then let's go ahead and move Everest out of the nest, and then Miko can actually pop in the nest and collect some berries right here. And then Flame, why don't you go ahead and collect some of the berries that are in this area. And then Summer, you can go ahead and collect the berries here and start moving out a little bit. You're a little bit slow though. Like, by a little bit slow, I mean you're like super duper slow. And then Berry, you can go ahead and collect the berries that are over this way. And then Coco, go ahead and collect these. Oh my goodness, Coco, you're so good at collecting berries. And then Foxberry is also very, very good at collecting berries. There we go. And collect some foliage too. And then Flame. Let's go ahead and have you collect the berries that are over here. Awesome. And then there's nothing really we can do. We can potentially try to... Oh, we got a little bit of roots. Awesome. Good job. Good job, Ramby. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the next day is going to go ahead and bring us. And ooh, we got a two. Ooh, yes, we got Crackerjaw. We got a Crackerjaw, baby. All right, and collecting 4. Oh, and double nimble fingers. That's awesome. All right, so Crackerjaw, double nimble fingers. We have the hind legs and the swimming tail too, which is pretty cool. And B and K immunity. So swimming tail would be really useful to breed into a creature that has like the water body so they can be better at swimming. So that's really awesome that she was able to have that. So she is a little girl, and we're gonna go ahead and name her Yuki per suggestions in the comments. So little Yuki right here. Welcome Yuki to the tribe. And it's interesting that both of their babies are very orangey. They're very orangey. Aren't you glad we had orange babies? And let's go ahead and move Miko a little bit closer, and she can have another baby with her mate. And then Flame, why don't you go ahead and move back to this berry bush and collect some berries that are over here. And I think Luna would be very curious about this mole, and go ahead and try to get it right there. And then this little boy, let's go ahead and see what he has. He has the snout, the claws, and the hind legs, and the swimming tail. So that is pretty awesome. We're going to go ahead and name him, let's see, Moon Shadow. Little Moon Shadow here, so beautiful. So that is pretty awesome. And since Ramby is getting a little bit older, she'd definitely be like, Wolfie, come here. I need another baby. Like, Wolfie, come here. I need a baby. All right, so there we go. She was able to have a baby and a little swimming party. And then, oh, look at Bearfang is a little bit older too. Awesome, Bearfang. All right, so let's go ahead and, are we a little bit stuck here? There we go. We can go ahead and swim out this way. The fishing party is too lit right now. All right. Oh no, damage. All right, so that is a little bit too far. So we definitely have to watch out and make sure that we're at the low point of the river. So nobody is going to go ahead and take any damage. And then let's go ahead and have you swim there. And then Bearfang, you can swim there and then swim back, because we're just trying to practice our swimming to go ahead and unlock something new. And let's go ahead and have you just collect that for now. Awesome. And then Miko, let's see, we could have you make a nest, but we're not going to right now. And then Summer, you can go ahead and collect the berries that are right there. And he'd probably be upset and be like, ah, I'm trying to pick up that berry bush. So he's going to go ahead and do that. Then move out this way. And then Barry would be like, why'd you break that? Like, why? Like, why you break that berry bush? Like, and then Coco, let's go ahead and have him collect the berries that are over here. And then Foxberry, go ahead and collect these and collect some of the foliage. And then Everest, you're all set to go. And then let's see, Miko, let's go ahead and try to have you dig something. And then let's go ahead and have Flame. Let's see, there is a nest over here that no one's really taking care of. So maybe Flame would be kind of interested in doing that, even though his mate's over here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the rain and everything goes. I do want to check to see how the water body is going, because we are focusing on trying to unlock that. And we did it! Awesome! So we unlocked water body, so that's going to be pretty fun to go ahead and use. So +2 swimming, +2 underwater breathing, and +1 senseless. So that's going to be awesome to have for our warriors who are focusing on being super strong and being super good at fishing, which is the natural, like, product of the little Bearyena snouts. Or not the snout per se, but the hind legs has +1 swimming, and the claw has +1 fishing. So they're kind of like aimed towards being like a fishing creature. So that's going to be pretty fun. Let's go ahead and skip the day. And everybody can actually go ahead and pop back out of the water, since we don't really need to practice our swimming anymore. So good job, guys. Thank you for your contribution of becoming, you know, little swimmers. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. All right, so you can go ahead and pop out of there. And then Cloud, you can go ahead and pop out of here too. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any other name suggestions that you want to go ahead and leave me down in the comments to go ahead and name the future babies of this tribe, please leave them down below, and I will see you guys in the next episode as we can continue on our adventures here in Niche. But I'll see you guys later. Bye!